In the early 80s, there was a raging civil war taking place in my homeland, Lebanon. My parents came to the US and they were welcome, and they raised me and my brothers safe and away from the violence. But things are different today, aren't they? Indeed, today, over 114 million people are uprooted from their homes, and the vast majority of them remain unwelcome, stuck in countries that don't give them a right to stay, to work. They are stuck in unwelcoming refugee camps at border crossings. Millions have no access to an income, and yet they are highly educated. And they are also highly connected. This is a refugee camp in Greece where we've interviewed lawyers, teachers, doctors, engineers. At the same time, we're living in the era of a booming digital economy, with language learning a very popular subject. And so it is along those three main concepts that NaTakallam was born: to connect highly skilled, connected refugees looking for work, the booming digital economy, and the growing demand for language services. To connect someone like Noor, a Syrian refugee who fled from ISIS and came to Lebanon, where she is not welcome and barred from the local economy. But while she can leverage the digital space to connect with Kate, a student all the way in Baltimore studying the Middle East, Noor gets income, a restored sense of dignity and purpose, a social network and soft skills, and Kate gets affordable, flexible, impactful, life-changing language learning. We started in Lebanon with a focus on Arabic and Syrian refugees, but there are many conflicts around the world, and so we've added languages along the years. We started with B2C, but now have a full suite of B2B programming with academics, corporates, NGOs, and so forth. And we also realized that we can hire translators and interpreters as well to provide more income to the displaced. Through these services, we've been able to support our tutors and translators who, rather than being passive recipients to aid, have been able to self-generate close to $4 million. We attribute our success to a team that understands both the demand and supply of our market. We are children of immigrants, we are refugees, we are stateless, and we have expertise in linguistics, conflict resolution, human rights, technology, and so forth. However, with conflict rife around the world and climate change, which is now the leading source of displacement, we must find ways to support and integrate the displaced into our global economies and societies. I am sure several of you in this room use Duolingo for your language learning, but trust me, a human will help you understand the nuance, the stories behind the languages. Consider NaTakallam for that. I'm sure many of you work in global firms. Please talk to your HR department, to your supplier chain management, to your CSR responsibles. You can hire refugees to do translation, interpretation, language training, and so forth. Cover us. You have your social media. Many of you might be reporters. Every single social media post or article has driven people to sign up for sessions with NaTakallam. And finally, help us go from growth to scale and fund us. This morning, I woke up to the news of close to 300 people dead in southern Lebanon. We can find financial inclusion for our tutors and translators, but we must stop the wars that are driving us to this. I will read one testimony, excuse me, from one of our students who is a defense student who is supposed to join the military. For so long, I thought there was a huge difference between us and them. I thought everyone out there was kicking around sticks and living in huts. I love NaTakallam this semester. My mentality has changed just by talking to people. What would have happened if I had gone on with the same ideas? Would I have lived my life hating other people, building up so much hatred that I would attack one of these groups? If people would just sit down for 20 minutes and just talk to these people, they would realize how misled they've been. Thank you.